Hey, this is Brett the Hitman Hart, and you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
Watch. Okay, well, has this always been a thing? Where have I been?
Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to the AEW NXT Super Show, brought to you by the Smack Raw podcast. I am your host, who sounds like a boy going through puberty, Katie Bay.
Baby!
And I am joined by RN. Kevin's not here because Kevin's sick, so we don't need him, right, RN?
Nope.
No, sir.
Just keep making. As long as we got the Yankees on TV tonight, we're good.
There we go. I don't like the Yankees, but we won't get into that. It's fine.
Get it out.
That's why I'm mad at Kevin, because he's not here. I don't sound good. Kevin can't hear. It's fine. It's fine. But we are live on the Putting You Over Twitch channel, twitch.tv/puttingyouover. Make sure you like and subscribe the channel so you get notified when we go live. But also every time the standing streamer goes live with his show, Putting You Over. If you miss a live stream, we have the video form of the podcast up on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/smackdrawpodcast. If you like to listen to the podcast, we have the audio form up on a plethora of podcast platforms. Don't forget, we are the exclusive recap for Wrestling News World. Head on over to their website, bookmark the page, check out their articles, their podcasts, and their premium content as well. And finally, please help support us, not only by doing the usual like, comment, share, subscribe, but heading over to the Patreon, patreon.com/smackdrawpodcast. You can get early access to our pre-recorded YouTube videos, cool stickers, which I finally have, so I can't get Kyle shit anymore for it. Me and RN finally have more stickers. Can't give him shit, whatever. Once Kyle brings back UWO, you can submit a video hot take or unpopular wrestling opinion, and it'll be featured on the show. And if you subscribe to the $25 tier, not only do you get all of those cool things I just mentioned, but you can get the cool SmackDown Podcast t-shirts, which come in a variety of color shirts and color logos. I think Kyle said they'll be sent out soon. Maybe. Okay, that's fine, whatever. And if you join the $25 tier, you can get a little bit of advertising on the SmackDown podcast. Like D-Rod, this is the last day. We're plugging D-Rod's Twitch, twitch.tv/DRod2222.
The naked streamer.
The naked streamer, yeah.
He streams naked.
There you go. Now you chime in. I was waiting for it.
I tried to. It did take me off mute. By the way, t-shirts, hopefully this week. My mom's the one sending them. Surgery, toothaches, don't know what's going on. I hope they go out this week. Bye.
Perfect. What an intro. My God. All right, RN, we started with NXT last week. You want me to start with Dynamite this week, or what do you want to do?
Whatever you want, boss.
I mean, I have it broken down to 9 segments kind of a piece, so why don't we just start with AEW?
Works for me.
All right, so since you didn't watch AEW, I didn't watch NXT, we're basically going to be explaining this to each other. I caught a little bit of NXT. I was like keeping updated on Twitter. But AEW started with Ricky Starks taking on Darby Allin. Ricky comes out with a Darby-inspired body bag. It has like Darby's face, his name, because last time these two basically face each other, Brian Cage threw Darby in a body bag full of thumbtacks and yeeted him over the top rope.
Yeah, that was brutal.
That was terrifying. I honestly thought Darby died.
Yeah, but that's every match you think Darby dies.
I was just going to say that's basically every match. So Ricky comes out, and then Darby, we see a little video saying, I think it was his friend Jay, I don't actually remember, saying, you like to dress up like Darby. Imitation's a form of flattery. We're here to remind you how much of a little bitch you are. So then Darby ends up coming out. He's working on Ricky's arm the majority of the match. There's a lot of submissions by Darby, and like he kind of slowed down the pace, which I liked, because we're used to seeing Darby fast, furious, balls to the wall. This one kind of started like that, but it was mainly like a lot of submissions. At one point, Cage comes out trying to distract Darby, but big boy Will Hobbs comes out, takes out Cage. So that's one less distraction for Darby. I have to move my chat so I can actually see it. That I don't know what happened, but Starks ends up hurting his lower back. I think it was due to something on the apron. I missed it. But that's Darby's main focus now. He ends up hitting a coffin drop on Ricky Starks' spine for the win. So it was a good match between the two of them. I want them to go off again. Hopefully soon. Maybe Full Gear will get Darby and Ricky part 2.
When is Full Gear?
It is November 7th.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that far off.
I didn't either until they said it.
Right.
But then I was like, well, this isn't WWE. They don't have one every month.
That's true.
So.
But that, when you were talking about the submissions, like that's my favorite part about Darby is that, yeah, he can do all the crazy Jeff Hardy shit and like kill himself, but his actual main offense, like especially when he was involved, it was more of a ground and pound style with some of that other shit mixed in. It wasn't so much the crazy shit. So I'm kind of hyped that I'm definitely looking forward to go back and watching this match because I love both of them for sure.
I gotta say that was probably my match of the night.
All right.
So I highly suggest if you go back and at least watch that one.
Facts.
So we'll slide it over to NXT. The first match was Shotzi Blackheart taking on Dakota Kai with Raquel Gonzalez ringside.
This was actually a really good match, like better than I thought it was going to be, and they gave it more time than I thought. Shotzi Kemp starts out coming out in that tank, which I think is complete and total ass, but I'm the only person on wrestling Twitter that thinks that. But
you are the only person.
But besides that part of Shotzi's gimmick, like I fucking love her in the ring. Like this was a really dope match, going back and forth. She did this really dope like leg submission where it started out like a tree, like a I can't even remember what it's called, but she turned it into like a gory special on the ground. Like it was actually dope as fuck. And like I said, in ring, I love everything Shotzi does. In ring, it's just the rest of the shit that I don't like and I think is lame as shit. But she definitely has me, and I can honestly say I never thought that I would be a fan of hers like I am, because Vince and even Matt and all them like her stands for her. So that made me kind of not like her, but she's completely won me over in ring wise. Like I said, I don't like the other shit that she has going on, but in the ring, like it's just something about her. She gets me, and she win in the match. I thought Raquel Gonzalez would be a little bit more involved in the match than she was, but like I said, this ended up being a really dope match that went way longer than I expected it to go. But yeah, Shotzi came away with the win.
Didn't at one point Rhea come out and attack Gonzalez?
Yeah, she came out sneak attack shit, like where you don't know if, again, we don't know if she's heel or face in this, I guess. Which I'm out on Rhea, so I can't really be biased on my talk with her. But yeah, she came out, distracted her, and like I said, even before that though, like I thought that Gonzalez would be a little bit more involved in the match than she was. But like I said, it turned out being a great match for sure.
Yeah, like I said, I saw little bits and pieces on Twitter about it, so I want to go back and watch NXT anyways. So this just gives me another excuse to.
And for it being a go-home show, like this may have been one of the best go-home shows for any of WWE's brands all year. Like, it had a little bit of everything, had some dope matches, had some great vignettes and things and everything like that, and fucking packages promoting the pay-per-view. So, like, it was actually, for it being a go-home show, like, I definitely was surprised about how good the show actually turned out to be.
Yeah, and like you saying go home show, I completely like it slipped my mind that takeovers on Sunday.
Right. And I hate that shit. I wish they would go back to Saturdays, but it is what it is.
Yeah, like I wasn't mistaken seeing that because like I remember takeovers being on Saturdays.
Yeah, no, the last few haven't been on a Saturday. They've moved it to Sundays here recently, like during quarantine. But I like to be on Saturdays. I actually can get fucking drunk and act cool and watch wrestling, not worry about waking up with a hangover the next day.
Very true. Me every time there's a WWE pay-per-view because I don't work Mondays.
Facts.
And I don't host the pay-per-views. That's on Kyle. So I can get drunk as fuck and not care.
Jealous. Pure jealous.
Next.
For that match. Nothing.
What?
That was pretty much it for that match.
Yeah, I have written down Shotzi won. I tried to like kind of have at least who won. I don't know a lot of in-between stuff. I will say it's very difficult to multitask between taking notes for AEW and trying to write all of the information down for NXT at the same time.
That's what I said. Like, don't even worry about it. Just write down the matches. Just kick between me and I. I took decent notes this time. I even got the main event. I know I missed it last week.
No, it's all good. You're better than Kevin. Kevin doesn't take a damn note. And that's just facts.
Push.
Dynamite. So after that match, Cody comes out and basically this is his response to Brody Lee challenging him to a dog collar match for the TNT title, which was said in that promo that I brought up to you and Kevin about Brandy doing thirst traps and stuff, but I didn't even hear him say that at all. I was too distracted by the Brandy comments and cracking up.
Is he looking like Count Chocula again this week?
Yeah, everyone's second favorite emo teen behind Darby Allin, Cody Rhodes. Yeah, still slick black hair, still black suit and everything. He's talking about, well, Dash is interviewing him in the ring. He's talking about why they used to shake hands, before the pandemic stuff, and it's not a respect, it's how both wrestlers need each other. And then once Cody lost the match in 3 minutes, he gets a Hollywood call, and he's talking about his new show that he's on for TBS or whatever.
It looks ass, by the way.
It does. It doesn't look good. I'm not gonna watch it. If I would watch it, it would only be for Cody.
Exactly. That would be the only reason why I would too. But it looks like a America's Got Talent / American Gladiator / America's Dance. I don't fucking know. It looks like a little bit of everything. Looks like what's Miz's show? What is it? That Wipeout shit. It looks like a little bit of everything.
Like Cannonball.
Yeah, it looks like Cannonball, Dancing with the Stars. It's Got Talent. Looks like a fucking hodgepodge of the worst shows on TV.
I mean, I think they did say it was like America's Got Talent on like steroids or some shit. I don't even remember.
Yeah, and they had like the crowd in the parking lot cheering and shit, like a parking lot brawl too. Like,
it's weird. It's weird.
I'm gonna check out the first episode at least to see like what's it all about.
Yeah, I think we gotta watch at least the first one, and then
we should do a watch party.
We should do a watch party. Kyle, I know you're still in the chat. Let's do a watch party for it. So then he brings up the dog collar match. The match is too bloody, too brutal. He says, as an executive VP, his answer is no, and he starts to walk away. But then he kind of stops, comes back in the ring. He's like, no regrets, no looking back. And he's like, next week, dog collar match for the TNT title. I accept. And then out comes Brody Lee with the Dark Order in tow. They start going at it. Everyone kind of splitting them up. Then they break apart, like the typical WWE stuff. They break loose, attack each other.
A couple of security guards, shit like that.
Yeah, and then Brandy comes out while they're both separated. Like Brody Lee and like the Dark Order on the outside. She hits a freaking flipping senton, lands on them, takes out most of them. Anna Jay comes out, starts whooping her ass. They get separated. And then this is literally like all hell breaks loose to a T. That's all going on. Brody and Cody are still trying to go at each other. Nyla Rose is in the freaking stands and attacks I don't even know who. All hell just broke loose during the segment. I don't even like know how else to describe it.
That's sounds about right.
Kyle said the promo was too long. I think the whole segment kind of dragged on. Especially because Brody like left and then came back twice. Like, there's no need for you to, if you're going to leave, just leave. You don't have to come back twice. If you're going to come out, just.
This is where the no creative team and no, like, leash sometimes on the talent there kind of fucking rears its ugly head with shit like this, where everyone knows it's going on too long except for the people involved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that was that segment, basically. It was Cody saying yes to the dog collar match for next week for the TNT title, which he'll probably lose, but it's hopefully going to be a brutal match.
Why wouldn't they save that for the fucking pay-per-view? And the pay-per-view is a month away.
I don't know. I can't even come up with a good defense for it because it would make sense, but maybe they just want to put an end to this feud now so Brody can have a different challenger for Full Gear. That's my guess.
That's why I didn't think the pay-per-view was so far off, because when they brought Cody back, I mean, clearly he was going to go against Brody Lee. So that's why I thought whatever the fucking pay-per-view is, I thought it was closer than damn near a month away. So
yeah,
you're right. Maybe they'll move somebody else into that. It seems kind of quick though.
I don't even know who it could be. I don't know. I guess we'll have to figure it out. Well, mainly I'll try and figure it out, and then I'll let you guys know. So next for NXT, I saw that there was like a kind of split screen interview between Escobar and Swerve talking about, because they have a match for the Cruiserweight title at TakeOver.
It was an all right promo. I mean, Santos is a fucking boss. Like his swag, his confidence, everything's that. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Swerve, but mic wise, you could tell who's the better on the mic, which is crazy to me that it would be Santos, but he just seemed more in control. Like, he seemed like he knew what he wanted and where he was trying to get to as far as the promo was supposed to go. But that's about it on that. It ain't really much. We can move on from it. Like, so it was a go home promo hyping up the match for Sunday.
Yeah, I feel like there was a lot of I saw there was a lot of backstage stuff I didn't write down, Dream and Dexter Lumis, and Johnny and Candace talking about Tegan Nox tearing her ACL, which is ass, because that poor girl, this is her third knee injury in 3 years.
Well, that's what I was trying to figure out. I've just been trying to look and see if I can see if that's kayfabe, or is that just fucking, or if she really did tear her shit.
No, she did.
Damn, that's 2 and 1, 3 or 2 and 1 of the fucking knees, because she tore both of them last time. So
yeah,
2. So
it gives me cold chills thinking about it, because I remember watching the Mae Young Classic and her getting hurt.
Just think about that, blowing both your fucking ACLs at one time. Like, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, and now she tore. I'm mad about it. And Tegan's so good. It pisses me off and makes me so sad at the same time.
Facts.
I fucking love Tegan though. But that's neither here nor there. So the next bit of Dynamite, I'm kind of just grouping a lot of it into one thing.
Yeah.
Because FDR has an interview with Tony Schiavone. They're talking about how they did Best Friends a favor last week by not giving him a match because they weren't 100%. And in order to cement their legacy, they have to beat SCU tonight. And then Tony's like, oh, well, what about the Young Bucks? I don't remember which. I think Dax is they blew it. They blew their opportunity in the first round of the tag team tournament. They blew it in the gauntlet match. And then
but how the fuck did Shivani get super kicked? I seen a screenshot of it.
No, literally, after.
I tweeted 2020 be like, in his fucking Shivani's face. Get kicked off.
I saw you tweet that too. Yeah, it came out of nowhere. Like,
Why did they attack Tony, man?
well, technically, it was only Matt. You saw another foot, but like, I can guarantee you that was not Nick's leg.
Yeah.
Like, Matt was the only one who's like on screen the past 2 weeks, which is weird. So I don't know if like something's going on with Nick. I don't know. But I literally have in my notes. I was like, "Where's Nick?"
Yeah, like all I saw was that screenshot, just Shivani's face, like getting his head kicked off.
Yeah, because like he's in the middle of like talking, and then Matt and whomever kick him in the face. He's out, which makes sense because earlier in the night, Matt from the Young Bucks like combined Twitter that they used to promote the show said they already PayPal'd Tony Khan in advance. So somebody was getting super kicked.
I feel like that's a little counterproductive for your vice president to be fucking super kicking your employees.
I mean, he's finding them and they're paying it.
All I gotta say is it's WWE as fuck. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I won't go into it. I'll just leave it at that.
Just sip and carry on.
This was tea.
Sips tea, basically. Then it cuts to SU getting an interview with Dasha. Basically, theirs is saying FDR's playing checkers, we're playing chess. And as they're walking to the ring, Sean Spears is kind of just waiting there, and he says, "Good luck," but it's like kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, to me, hinted towards FDR and Sean joining up because Tully's the main like.
Yeah, they're supposed to be the four horsemen thing. Like I know they're slow burning it, but it's so fucking obvious. Like at this point, it's like, let's just see who you're gonna bring. Like I'm not excited about Sean Spears' whack ass, but I'm also not mad when your best friends give you a spot and hook you up either. I'm all about helping the homies out. So you know what I'm saying? Like I'm kind of torn with Sean Spears' position in the company.
I mean, we've talked about it before, but this was like when it was me, Kyle, and Kevin doing AEW. We know for a fact it's going to be FTR and Spears if they do the Four Horsemen. Obviously not Damian the Four Horsemen.
Facts.
But who do you think the fourth would be?
I've gone back and forth on it. Like I think it should be Adam Page. I mean, yeah, I think it should be Hangman. I mean, he fits all of them perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
And even Sean Spears, even though he doesn't quite fit with the other three, he's still got that kind of Tully, like outsider, fucking like the crazy one of the group could be or whatever, I guess. But I mean, it's so hard to fucking tell. But I mean, other than that, the only other person I could think is if we get swerved and it ends up being Cody. But other than that, I mean, those are the only two people I could really think of in the company that would have the star power to be the head or the face of the group, and B, who makes the most sense. So
yeah, I mean, that was like our biggest, like, we don't know if it'd be Paige, we don't know if it'd be Cody. I would prefer Paige, but that's just me preferring.
I would prefer Paige too, but with Cody's whole gimmick and everything with the suits and shit and everything he's been doing since he got there, he perfectly lines up to be the flair of the group. I mean, he's outspoken. Even when he's a heel, people still fucking cheer for him. Mm-hmm. Like to me, he fit. If they're really going the Horseman route, I think he would be the best off. Or really, why can't you do Paige and Cody? Get Sean Spears whack ass the fuck out of there. And that way you got your world champion, you got TNT, one of them could be the TNT champion, then you got the tag champs right there.
I didn't even think about it like that.
Yeah.
That's what E-Rush in the chat said too. They said Paige and Cody.
Facts.
I don't know. If we're gonna have to see. But speaking of Adam Page, for the 20-minute brush with greatness, as they're calling it, for the tag titles, FDR taking on SCU, Page is on commentary, which is interesting. He's saying he still wants to AEW is the best tag team division in the world right now. He still considers himself a tag wrestler, even though Kenny's hellbent on saying, no, we're not.
Facts.
Matches, I mean, it's 20 minutes. I think it ends up going to like pretty damn near 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Towards the very beginning, Cash acts like he's getting...
It was like a beat the clock challenge?
Kind of.
Kind of, okay. Because, yeah, I couldn't understand what the fuck Tully was saying last week. I did not understand what he was saying or what he meant, how he described the match, so...
So basically, it was just like a 20-minute time limit for the match.
All right.
Basically. And that's what they're going to do more often, I guess, now, because typically the tag titles get 60 minutes.
Right.
So this is why they're calling them the Brush with Greatness.
See, that's horsemanship right there, just making up your own fucking rules while you go and shit and everything.
Literally. Yeah, they'd be making up all the rules for the tag division. Like, whatever. Towards the very beginning, Cash acts like he gets tripped up by Christopher Daniels, who's out there with SCU, and CD immediately gets ejected from ringside.
Nice.
Ref didn't even see it. Like, CD was like nowhere near him. Ejects him anyway. For the majority of the match, like, SCU's taken it to FTR. I think this is the first time these teams have even gone toe to toe ever. I could be wrong. Because, you know, they love picture-in-picture. During picture-in-picture, FTR ends up taking back control. Overall, this was the only tag match. This is the only tag match of the night.
Wow.
Exactly. I was very surprised by this as well.
No
I literally had to check.
No 8-man, no 13-man, none of that?
No.
Damn, okay.
This was the only tag match. This is definitely like Ricky and Darby's number one. This is a very close number two.
I'm sure.
Very fantastic tag team wrestling by both teams because they've both been teaming forever.
Facts.
At one point, Tully is like holding Sky's leg, allowing, I don't even remember which one, Cash to like kind of fall on him. And Tully is holding on to Sky's leg continuously so Cash can get the win. Chicken shit heel, like,
yeah,
that's exactly what they are.
JJ Dillon on that ass.
Like, it's like the same shit they do all the time.
Right.
Like Tully just holding on to someone, and I think Dax was holding on to Tully to really make sure Sky wouldn't kick out. So FTR wins, but before they like cut away from this, they commentary announces that there's going to be an 8-man tournament, and the winner is going to go to Full Gear to face whoever, probably Moxley, for the AEW title. And they announced the 3 competitors they know so far, which is Jungle Boy, Rey Fenix, and Kenny Omega.
Let's go.
So, and Adam Page's face kind of drops. He's like, Kenny's in it? So I guarantee you it's going to be Kenny and Page in the finals. It's my guess now.
I'm here for that.
That means if we can finally see a Kenny heel turn like completely,
right,
that's the time to do it.
I just don't. Kenny Omega is probably the only reason why I watch AEW. Like, he's probably he's in my top 5 favorite wrestlers, like, all time, like, legit. I'm just waiting on Japan Kenny Omega to ever fucking make an appearance in AEW.
Yeah,
I don't know if they get their chance to strike it with him or what, but that's all I've been waiting on.
That's what a lot of everyone's basically waiting for, the cleaner.
Right. And not even necessarily cleaner. I mean, that shit was all right. I'm just saying, like, his demeanor and everything, like his moveset, everything, like the viciousness, all the shit that he's not now. Like, that's all I'm waiting on.
No, you're right. I mean, like I said, hopefully Paige ends up in this tournament. Hopefully we get Kenny versus Hangman finally. And that leads to the full heel turn. I guess we'll have to see. And I already can tell you it's probably going to be Omega versus Mox at Full Gear. It just makes the most sense.
Right. Which I think they should save it for New Year's Revolution, but that's just me.
That would be cool. I'm trying to think of when Mox debuted. I
It
don't remember
wasn't
which.
too
I
far
don't remember which
after-
pay-per-view.
It wasn't too far after the day they debuted, so it probably had to have been Full Gear, wasn't it?
Was it Full Gear or Double or Nothing? No, it was Double or Nothing because the poker chips.
I don't know. They confuse me with all this shit. I never know which one it is. It's in a casino. That's all. I just know for sure. Whatever pay-per-view they have is casino based.
Yeah, I think it was Double or Nothing because Mox ends up like throwing Kenny off of the poker chips. It would just be very storyline wise, it'd make the most sense.
Right.
But I'll take it at Full Gear. Regardless, it's gonna be a hell of a match. Back over to NXT. There was another one of those night vision promo video things.
I think it's a woman. I see a lot of people posting like Bo Dallas I saw and a couple other things, but I don't know. I thought it was a woman. Like it had little tiny hands and wrists when they like showed the paper of like the two main events or whatever. Like I personally thought it was a woman, but I could be wrong.
If it is a woman, do you have any guesses or any predictions on who
It'd have to be Tessa.
You think Tessa?
Who else would they invest this amount of promos and shit in for 3 weeks still?
I don't know.
And she's denying that she signed with them, and anytime someone denies that they signed with them, 2 weeks later they make their fucking debuts. So
I mean, we gonna find out Sunday, my dude.
yeah.
I was really banking on Bobby Roode, and then Bobby Roode's bitch ass showed up on Monday. I was like, damn it.
I knew that made too much sense and was too dope for it to be Bobby Roode. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I know.
Don't get me wrong, nothing against Bobby Roode, but I just didn't think I don't feel like they would do all that for a returning person from the main roster. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be somebody we haven't seen before. Most likely we'll all be wrong and it'll be fucking Hornswoggle or something. I think that it's somebody we haven't seen before.
Oh my god. If it was Hornswoggle, I would just be done. Can you imagine that?
And that's wrestling for you.
Do this.
Like I said, to me, it just looked like they had tiny hands and tiny wrists. Like it looked like a woman to me.
Or it could be Hornswoggle.
Or it could be Hornswoggle, exactly.
The tiny hands and tiny wrists.
I
Oh my god. I can't. See, that's also one of the reasons I'm watching takeovers, because I want to know who the hell this is.
could keep forgetting about it because the promo, this was the longest one so far. But like I said, I mean, motherfucker riding on the interstate in the dark with the night vision on and shit. Like, I have no idea who it's going to be. I don't.
I don't want it to be Tessa, but that's neither here nor there.
I guess we can combine this too, get it out the way. They did another Kyle. They started off with the Kyle Riley hype package, which was fucking awesome. Showed some earlier stuff with him and Adam Cole from Ring of Honor and other places they've been, the Future Shock stuff. So, I mean, it was, as usual, nobody does hype packages better than him. Nobody. You can at me all you fucking want. There's nobody that does hype packages better than WWE. I'm sorry. There just isn't.
No, I agree. Like, their hype packages are beautiful.
Right.
Especially for Kyle O'Reilly, who's vastly underrated.
Facts.
I was just double checking the date because Matt in the chat says won't be takeover. Yes, it will be takeover. 10:04 is takeover, is it not? Sunday?
I'm almost, yeah. What the hell is he talking about?
I don't know. Maybe he missed the part where we said it was on Sunday. Not Saturday. All right. Switching back to AEW. This was Jericho taking on Isaiah Cassidy of Private Party. Obviously, Inner Circle's out there. Quinn and Matt Hardy, who has a chair, are also at ringside. I missed the beginning of this match.
He definitely doesn't have a concussion, but he needs a chair that said ringside.
No, he wasn't sitting. He was kind of holding it the whole time.
Oh, okay. Holding himself up?
I wasn't focusing on him, but probably. Surprisingly, like, Cassidy's kind of taking it to Jericho in the beginning. He ends up hitting Jericho with, like, the Lion Salt and then the Code Breaker, like, right after another. Jericho ends up kicking out. At one point, Jericho gets thrown over I guess they're barricades. I don't even know. The guardrails. And he ends up into Luther. And Luther ends up starts swinging on him, which would have been a DQ. But that's neither here nor there. We've had this issue with AEW before and with WWE. They decide whenever they want to do a DQ.
Right. And my thing is like they're always pushing. I don't know if you were on when we talked about this. They're always pushing the anti-WWE thing. Then write it out like ECW. And like there's rules, but not really. Like we know every match is pretty much no disqualification unless it goes out of hand. So shit like this could go on in those matches. Just come out and say it. So then you don't have people like, what the fuck is this? Like, why didn't he get disqualified? And then you come back 2 weeks later and make up for it and say it was a non-disqualification or make up some bogus ass excuse why the ref didn't see it. Well, just say what it is. Like, that would be dope if they just said, like, our rules are relaxed.
Yeah.
It's at the ref's discretion whether he wants to disqualify somebody or not. Like, keep it real. Like, you keep saying you don't want to fucking, what do they always say? We're not trying to insult our viewers' intelligence. Well, this is pretty fucking insulting where it should have clearly been a fucking DQ and it wasn't.
Dude, I know. And then you got WWE doing some stupid shit where I think Sasha and Shayna were having a match on Raw and Asuka comes out and attacks Bayley and they call it DQ. Like,
right.
Nobody wins here. Y'all all suck. How about that?
That's about right.
So after they have a quick little tiff outside, Cassidy ends up hitting like something over the top rope. It was very close to disastrous. Like they barely caught him.
Yeah.
I thought he broke his neck for a second. I got scared. I'm not gonna lie. Like mere inches away from dying.
Damn.
It makes me uncomfortable talking about it because I was like, this kid's 23. I almost watched him die outside of the ring.
As bad as Phoenix's splash where he just completely landed on his back on the ground.
Almost like that.
Oh, okay.
Almost.
So terrible.
Yeah, basically. Isaiah, towards the very end of the match, Cassidy ends up going for a springboard, and Jericho hits him with the Judas effect right off the springboard. Nasty looking Judas effect. Gets the 1, 2, 3. Inner Circle comes in, tries to jump Cassidy, and Quinn and Hardy, who's limping because his knee was attacked a few weeks ago,
right?
Who shouldn't even be there in the first place. They come in, stop that from going down. And then Jericho and Hager start attacking Luther and Serpentico on the outside because of Luther's interference earlier in the match. All over the damn place. But like all in all, a pretty decent match. Like it's older talent putting over newer talent.
That's the difference between why I love Jericho so much. And like, I think he was a perfect, I guess not superstar, but at least upper echelon star to start the company out with and to kind of put them on the map because he is so generous and he does give a shit about the younger talent looking good. Mm-hmm. Like he used to say it all the time. Like, I'm never going to talk shit about my opponent and say how much they suck because then that makes me look like I suck if I beat them. That makes me look like shit. So he always ups his opponents and makes them feel like they're viable threats. And to me, like let him do his 2 finishers on him and shit. Like nobody in WWE would do that shit. Randy Orton, none of those cocksuckers would ever allow that to like Ali or Ricochet or anything like that. They would never allow that shit to happen in any way, shape, or form. And that's the difference why I think Jericho was perfect for AEW because he does give it. He wants to leave them better off when he's gone than when he got there. And that's the difference why if you're going to start off a fucking federation, you need somebody like Jericho.
Perfectly said. Snaps for RN. Heading back to NXT. Let's see if I got this name right. The Cameron Grimes Invitational Stepping Stones to the Moon.
Yeah, that's about right. We can just skip right over that. He beat the shit out of a jobber. Then the next jobber that he had ready to come out, Ridge Holland, completely beat the fucking brakes off of. So made it out like he was like trying to save the guy or like help the guy out when he beat the brakes off of him worse than Cameron Grimes would have, and literally tossed his ass like he was playing fucking cornhole. Like, he tossed the guy a good 7 to 10 feet, like off the stage down to the ground, and then just came in and stomped mud holes in fucking Cameron Grimes.
Wasn't was his name like Joey Pistachio or something stupid?
It was something ridiculously lame, and he was literally like 5'5", like 49 pounds, soaking wet.
Oh no!
He made fucking Grimes look like Brock Lesnar. The dude was so small.
Oh no!
Yeah, it was terrible.
Now, didn't he have that invitational because like he's mad he doesn't have a takeover match or something?
Yeah, and how he lost last week and stuff and everything, and he's pissed off that he's not on. Which though he'll probably make it now with Rich Holland, maybe not, because I'm just thinking about the card now. But I mean, I'm kind of hyped for that match. I mean, it's a powerhouse versus a high flyer. I'm in on it.
Yeah, because like I've seen when he was like formerly known as Trevor Lee, I saw a lot of his stuff on YouTube from PWG.
Exactly.
He's phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Fucking
Love it.
Yeah, I tell all the guys in our group, if y'all ain't never seen no PWG shit, you need to scout, fucking internet pirate, whatever the hell you got to do to get your hands on some PWG shows, like, because the shit is next level. It's by far the best wrestling. Well, not on TV. It's the best wrestling not on TV.
Basically, like I've literally watched full-on matches or like at least highlights of matches.
Right. Their video packages, like to hype up the pay-per-views and shit.
So good.
It's like I said, it's fucking the best shit not on TV.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons how I discovered the Young Bucks, because I saw the Young Bucks taking on Candace and Joey Ryan, but we don't talk about him.
World's cutest tag team.
We don't talk about him though.
They did have the dopest move though. Who wants a mustache ride? That's fucking fire.
We should just have a episode where we just talk about PWG stuff.
I'm with that. Definitely with that. Well, you got to think 90% of the roster on NXT, WWE, and AEW at one point in time all went through PWG in some way, shape, or form.
Boom. There you go. I mean, you have Excalibur on AEW.
Right. Well, he's a founder. I'm pretty sure he's a founder of PWG.
Yes.
And him and Kevin Owens on commentary might be the best commentary team ever. Sorry, JR. Sorry, Cole. Sorry, Shivani. Kevin Owens and fucking Excalibur are literally lights the fuck out.
Oh, and they just no Fs were given.
No.
Love
Curse.
it.
Anybody out there, if you want to see some shit, look up Mount Rushmore in PWG. That's all you need to see. That's all you need to see.
This is a conversation video for another time.
Absolutely.
Back over to, we can't even top the Mount Rushmore stuff. Back over to Dynamite. Again, I got like a few segments kind of bunched into one.
It works.
There was the bachelor party situation. Basically, Miro doesn't know what to do for Kip's bachelor party. He says something about like a rum springer. I don't even know what that means. Then like some Guinness Book of World Records person's there. The whole thing is stupid and didn't make sense. A waste of 2 minutes.
You mean kind of like everything he was doing in WWE?
Yeah. Basically.
I'm still waiting on this anti-WWE platform that they've been standing on. I'm still waiting on them to show that, because as of right now, they're WWE light. Tastes better, less calories. They're like the Mick Ultra of WWE. I said what I said.
We're just gonna move on from it. I'm not gonna acknowledge it. I like both, so like I can't even like.
I mean, I do too, but I just hate when federations and shit been telling us all this, what they're gonna do for this long, and they still haven't showed me anything anti-WWE, except that they give the talents power, which I'm all for that. I'm not mad at that. But then you have, like you said, that 4,000 minute segment with Cody and fucking the Dark Order.
It was a solid 10 minutes.
So, all right.
You might just have to like skip through that when you watch, but it's fine. Then there's a backstage interview with Best Friends and Orange Cassidy. Dasha's kind of asking him like how FTR didn't give Best Friends the shot last week, how Orange Cassidy has unfinished business with the Dark Order, and then FTR comes over, interrupts them, calls Best Friends comedic backyard wrestlers, which I mean is true but not true. Trek and Trent are fantastic. And they like fake, like they're getting ready to like punch FDR, and FDR kind of like ducks themselves.
Bitches like bitches.
Exactly. And Cassidy just grabs a mic and just goes, weenies. And then they walk away because Cassidy takes on number 10 of the Dark Order. And like John Silver's at ringside, Cole Cabana, and someone else from Dark Order. So,
5, 6, 7, 8.
I think number 6. Maybe. I don't know. But Cole Cabana. But he doesn't have a number. That's okay. He's too cool for a number. At one point, 10 takes off Cassidy's sunglasses, puts them on John Silver, and John Silver's acting like he has pockets and stuff. I'm just telling you, you need to watch Being the Elite because John Silver is a gem.
I'll check it out.
He is the Dark Order segments on Being the Elite have slowly become my favorite, mainly because John Silver.
I'm into the Dark Order. Like, I know it's kind of cheesy at some points, but to me, like, I wasn't sold on Brody Lee being the Exalted one and all that. I thought it should have been Matt Hardy, honestly, but I love Uno and I always forget the other dude's name. They're fucking
Stu Grayson.
Grayson, yeah. They're always Super Smash Brothers to me. So
yeah,
I love them, and I love the Goonie aspect, and like Putty Patrol fucking aspect of the Dark Order and shit. I think that they should play that up more. Kind of take a cue from Retribution, and just have 90 of those motherfuckers instead of having so many people in the crowd. Have some of those dudes dress up like Dark Order and attack people. Just
start wearing masks. That's all I gotta do.
Facts.
It's like a Cassidy versus number 10 is a relatively short match. They mock the Best Friends hug. Cassidy kind of goes on a roll, hits the orange punch, which is his Superman punch, and then I think Excalibur called it like a beach break. I don't know. It looks like his new finisher, I guess. I don't even know how to describe it, but he wins, and that's that. When you watch it, you'll know what I mean. Like, I don't know how to describe it.
No, I'll go back and watch it. I always do, just so I can be caught up.
I'm reading the chat.
Me too.
Ritter over Tyson. Jesus. Back to NXT. Kushida taking on Tony Nese.
Yeah, before that, Kushida dropped a fire-ass promo. Like, I'm still not sure if he's heel or if he's just going to have an edge to him because he's going against Velveteen, who's clearly the heel, but Kushida's like a little bit darker, and like he just beat the brakes off of fucking Nese. Like, I mean, he went after his arm to start the match and just literally just brutalized his arm and shoulder the whole damn match. I mean, this was a squash match in every sense of the word. It didn't seem like it or kind of feel like it to start out, but this was by far this was a jobber match. Like, they need to get rid of Nese. They need to just drop him. If I was him, I'd try and get to fucking AEW as quick as possible, because as of right now, like, he's literally just somebody's bitch on every NXT show. And not even just NXT, the 205 main event. I mean, you're talking about a losing streak. His losing streak has to be every bit of 20, 25 matches.
Damn. And that sucks because Tony Nese is like really good.
I love Tony Nese. Like, they always, Matt and everybody always give me shit how much of a stand I was for Tony Nese. But I mean, he's powerful. He can fly. He looks like a fucking $1 million. I mean, I would take away all the stars and shit looking like he's on the drill team or something, gymnastic team shit. Like, he needs a full package makeover for anybody to take him serious, because coming out showing your abs and getting your ass kicked, I mean, it's pretty much over for you, bro.
Wasn't he cruiserweight champion at one point too?
Yeah, he beat Buddy Murphy.
And now damn.
Yeah, I don't think he's won a match since then.
Damn, I would say send him to AEW. They'll treat him better. He'll have a nice good run on Dark.
Right, and he'll probably be one of the biggest dudes there because everyone's like 5'5".
Yeah, true.
That's about it. Yeah, he just killed Nice. That's all I have in my notes. Kushida killed Nice.
I saw, like, again, because I got a lot of this from Twitter. Like, I saw him focusing mainly on the arm, and like, Kushida's awesome. And if he's got this, like, I think didn't he say like viciousness or something?
Yeah, and it was.
Hey,
and Velveteen came out at the end of the match just doing normal Velveteen talk shit. Hit him with the snap, and then it went to the 3-eyed dream. That was pretty much it. But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, if it wasn't Velveteen Dream, I would say that Kushida is the heel in this match. But so like right now, like I'm all for having two heels go against each other, and I love when that happens. And I hate that they always act like that can't be a thing. But as of right now, like to me, it's two heels versus each other. I mean, the way that he beat the brakes off of Nice and the promo beforehand, how he was talking and yelling and growling into the fucking camera, like I'd say he's a heel.
I mean, because they have a match on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna find out Sunday.
We gonna see.
Back to AEW. A relatively short segment. See, and Kevin's not here, and I'm talking about his favorite person, MJF. What a damn shame.
Right.
Good. He's not gonna. Never mind. I was gonna bring up something, but never mind. Basically, MJF's outside Jericho's locker room. Yeah, he said he has gifts for the Inner Circle, and he gives them all like customized Inner Circle jackets, but he doesn't have one for Sammy, which is just weird. I don't know. Jericho's like, "What are you doing in here?" Then they could do the stupid back and forth of, "Do you want me to join the Dark Order or Inner Circle?" Sorry. He should join the Dark Order. Be way more entertaining. Do you want me to join the Inner Circle? Do you want to join the Inner Circle? They do that a few times. And then MJF said he's excited because next week they're doing the 30 years of Jericho celebration. He leaves, and then Sammy's like, "What a loser." And then Jericho ends it with, "Perhaps he's not a loser," and sips his champagne. And that was the end of that.
I'd rather have a team up than a feud. I'm not even gonna lie.
You want them to team up?
I'd rather have a team up than a feud. Don't get me wrong, the feud will be fucking awesome. The promos back and forth will be fire.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Them teaming up though, just verbally fucking bashing whoever their opponents are and trying to one up each other too on top of it. I think that would be more entertaining than them going after each other.
Yeah. Okay, you're right. It would be.
That easy, huh?
Yeah, it really. I hate MJF with a burning passion, and I really wish Kevin was here so I could rub it in his face. But I can't deny that the kid has really good promos.
Right.
And I hate that. Like, screw you, MJF. Or as me and my friends call him, we just call him MJF.
Well, he's actually doing his job then because he wants people to hate him and you hate him. So
he does a fantastic job of it. Back to NXT. I believe next was Adam Cole taking on Austin Theory.
Yeah, but before that, Dexter Lumis is fucking back, yo. That's our shit. That was my guy. Like, I was so pissed because he was going to win that ladder match. Guarantee he was going to win that ladder. It wasn't going to be the Colossal, and I'm not saying no thick boy shit. Matt, I see you in the chat. Hey, don't forget to tell Vince he still owes us a tattoo. But, yeah, it was Adam Cole versus Austin Theory. And Austin Theory is probably my favorite guy in NXT right now. It's him, Damian Priest, and Adam Cole. Everyone knows I'm an Adam Cole stan. But I've been singing Austin Theory's praises since his first night back in January, and then I know we had some creepy shit going with it, but I guess that was blowing over. So I'm kind of still on the bandwagon, but not. But I mean, this match, like anybody that watched, this was a fucking banger all the way out. He showed what he can do. It started out, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be some squash shit because Adam Cole was beating the brakes off his ass for the first probably 5 minutes of the match, and they went to commercial and came back, and Theory was in control, but he took everything Adam could go have and gave him some shit. Like, this dude is definitely gonna be the future of this brand and maybe this business, honestly. Like, because if anybody's seen any of his Evolve work, his mic work may be better than his in-ring work, and his in-ring work is fucking top of the line. And anybody that's hip to Evolve would know that this kid's got it all, and he's only 22 or 23 years old.
I saw something on Twitter, like about this match. I think this is the first time, or the first takeover since January, that Adam Cole doesn't have a takeover match.
Right.
Which is saying something, because that man held NXT on his back.
I got something for that. We'll get to that at the end.
Okay. See, now you're teasing me with something exciting. I'm looking forward to it already. I think I have an idea of where it'll be.
For sure.
We'll get there. Back to Dynamite. Britt Baker, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, makes her in-ring return against Red Velvet, who I guess she's doing a lot of stuff on Dark, because I've never seen her.
Is Britt Baker for real wrestling, like full blown wrestling?
Yeah.
God, that's the fastest goddamn ACL tear I've ever seen.
I think she
wasn't like a full blown tear. Maybe she just like partially tore it, I guess.
I think so, because she was out for like 4 months.
Yeah, normally it's like 6 to 8, maybe sometimes longer.
Yeah, but no, she's still looking good. Like no one's surprised. Like, she controlled 99% of this match.
Thanks.
Ends up hitting Red Velvet with, it kind of was like a curb stomp, but like not really. I don't know what it was. They didn't name it or anything. Basically, she hits the curb stomp for the win. And after the match, Reba comes in, gives her a glove, and she just puts the lockjaw on for solid 30 seconds. Listen, as a Pittsburgh girl, I love Britt Baker, so I am all about her. I'm
into her too. I've seen her live a couple times in a couple ROH shows in Columbus. She's dope, man. Like I said, she's like super fucking personable. Like, they did like the meet and greets and stuff. Like, she's legit. Like, I definitely am looking forward to her going to a bigger promotion for sure.
Oh yeah, and they it said on like those little header things they have that she's been in the top 5 for the women for 46 weeks.
Damn.
Like, and she hasn't wrestled in 4 months.
She related to Cody?
Stop it.
What? Those rankings are his brothers and his best friends. Fucking the Natural Nightmares have been in top 5 for 97 weeks too. I didn't know if it might be like his stepsister or cousin or.
I mean, maybe because she's dating Adam Cole, and Adam Cole was kind of in the Bullet Club around the same time as Cody Rhodes.
That's what I was getting to. It's their best friend's wife.
You're right.
Good old nepotism.
Stop it. Back to NXT.
WWE.
Yeah, stop. Get out of here. NXT. Next was Zai Lee taking on Kaden Carter.
This match was I didn't think it would be. I mean, I figured it would be an all right match, but this actually ended up being a good match, and I did not think Kaden Carter was going to win. Not at all. She did. Zai Lee was kind of like pissed at herself, like sulking in the corner, and they picked her up and like cheered with her at the end, and that was when I blacked out on that. So that's all I got in my notes.
That's all right. Do you like the team of Kaden Carter and Casey Catanzaro?
Yeah, I do, because, well, for one, they don't really have any damn women's tag teams, and
Facts.
I like them because they look like a fucking tag team. They just need a name now, but they look like a tag team. They come out dressed the same. Mm-hmm. They helped each other out in the Battle Royal. Like, I like tag teams that are tag teams, and not just like, I know they're just thrown together, but if you're gonna throw us together, like make them look like a team. Like, and that's why I like them. And their styles kind of complement each other. She's got Kaden's kind of got like that kind of ground and pound, kind of like mixed martial arts style. And then you got Casey that has that kind of high flying, like escape, like pure baby face, get her ass beat. Then she comes in and cleans up style. So like they complement each other really, really well.
Like thinking about it, NXT has like no women's tag teams anymore.
No, like none.
None. It's Casey and Kaden. That's it.
Literally, I was when this match was going on, I was thinking like, who else is a fucking tag team? I guess you can say Dakota and Gonzalez is kind of, but
Kind
I mean,
of.
really,
Yeah, that's pushing it. So
right. That's what I'm saying. Well, they had all those damn girls in the Battle Royal, like trot some of those girls out so we can know who the hell they are. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I've been watching NXT exclusively on Wednesday nights since January. And I know a lot of independent wrestlers, and I watch a lot of wrestling. I knew about 4 of those girls, if that.
Yeah, they kind of just came out of like I saw like and I watched like I didn't know who a solid 50% were. I was like, who is this?
And there was a lot of girls too. It wasn't like it was like it's 7 to 10. Like it was probably like 12 or 13, maybe more.
Yeah, they like said some bullshit. They were like, "Oh, Mr. Regal like pulled up women from developmental or something," but like you know damn well these girls were here for just one-offs, and that was it.
And to be honest, they maybe not have been compared to what they have. I mean, there's all types of people they have waiting in the corners that we don't know about.
That's true. I don't know. Just start pairing those random girls up and have them tag against Kaden and Casey.
Because yeah, once you said that, like it literally, like I could not think of another tag team besides those two.
Because there isn't any, RN.
There really isn't.
Back to Dynamite. Basically for next week, we know there's going to be the 30 years of Jericho celebration. Jericho and Hager are going to take on the Chaos Project, which is Luther and Serpentico. Brian Cage is going to take on Will Hobbs for the FTW Championship. And they announced the dog collar match for the TNT title. So Brody Lee.
Will Hobbs any good? Like I still haven't seen him actually wrestle yet. I've seen him like in the Battle Royal, like coming out with these run-ins and shit. Like, is he actually any good?
Who?
Will Hobbs.
Yes, he is very good.
Okay.
Like
I'll look at some stuff.
That is a big boy.
Yeah. So does he wrestle in dark pretty much? He just wrestles on dark?
Mainly, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I literally can say I've never watched an episode of Dark.
I watched like the first 2 months.
You were about to give me shit, then you had to think, oh shit, I haven't watched it.
Shut up. I haven't watched it in a really long time. But that's on me. Like that's on me as a person. I'm not even giving shit to Dark. Like that's just on me. I watched the first 2 months, every time it would come out, I'd watch it next day.
Yeah, well, I always hear good things. I haven't heard anybody say it's shitty matches or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I just know that they have a lot of people you don't see on TV that they're on Dark.
Exactly. And a lot of the time, when you see the card, you're like, okay, well, they're gonna win, they're gonna win, they're gonna win.
Right.
That's what I do when I see it, when they do it on Twitter. I'm just like, oh, Best Friends, SEU, Gun Club.
So it's like when we were kids, when you see them on Superstars or whatever, you knew it was a jobber match. You knew they were gonna win.
Basically. Gotcha. So next on NXT was this championship sit down between Finn Balor, who is the NXT champion, and Kyle O'Reilly with HBK as the moderator.
Yeah, totally unnecessary. I love HBK. To me, he's the greatest of all time. But there's no fucking reason for his cockeyed ass to be there. It was just no reason for him to be there at all. It was dope. I mean, the promo package earlier in the show pretty much did what we needed to do. We didn't necessarily need this, but Kyle O'Reilly's back and forth, and he does not give a fuck. You could tell this moment's not too big for him. He was in Balor shit for the majority of this, but this was unnecessary. This was literally typical WWE go home shit. Have a fucking promo for no reason. Like I said, HBK had no. he was there in a cutoff and that stupid trucker hat he fucking wears. One of his eyes was looking at Kyle, and his other eye was looking at Finn. Like there was just no reason for him to be there at all.
Stop it.
That man's eyes cocked like a pistol. I'm sorry, it is.
Oh, god damn it. Mute RN, Katie. I don't have the power to mute RN, even if I wanted to.
I'm not being disrespectful. I just said I think he's the greatest of all time. He is. But anybody out there, if y'all can sit here and tell me that you can look Shawn Michaels in the eye and both his eyes will be looking at you, tell me, would that really happen? No. That's what his shit is. It sounds like Roman Reigns' finisher when you look at the man in his eyes. Cocked. I'm not even trying to be funny. I see it.
Oh god.
No, he's a hunter because he's always cocked and ready.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Oh god.
We can go straight into the main event if you want.
Do you want to just go straight into the main event for NXT?
Yeah, we can. Just get out the way.
All right. So it was a mixed tag team. So Io Shirai and Damian Priest taking on Johnny and Candace.
This was a super dope match. I normally hate when they do these like combo matches and where you get to see who's fighting on the pay-per-view in a couple of days. They fight the night before, a couple of nights before. Mm-hmm. I generally hate that shit, but they got chemistry. The four of them, they just do. Like, I don't know how they have it, and they've never really been in there before, but I mean, well, they're all fucking top of the line. But yeah, they all have chemistry, and like, of course, they cheated to win, which was dope to Candace and Johnny. He saved her a couple times, pulled her away. So, I mean, it is what it was. It was a typical go-home match to get it ready, and Johnny won, so that pretty much lets you know he's not going to win at the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I mean, do you really expect him to be a two-time North American champion?
I mean, I kind of did until he won with WWE. Anytime whoever wins on the go-home show or is left standing tall at the go-home show never wins at the pay-per-view. So
exactly. No,
you're let me know that he's done for.
You 100% right. Last thing for Dynamite, basically Eddie Kingston comes out with Penta and Phoenix and Bryce Remsburg, who was the ref last week, saying he didn't tap last week. He didn't say I quit. And they talk about how Eddie Kingston gets to pick Mox's opponent for tonight, and it's for the title, which we all knew was going to be one of his 5 friends. And then he's basically giving Bryce shit because he's like, we've been friends for a long time. Like, I didn't tap, I didn't quit. And Bryce is like, you were unresponsive. It's my job as a ref to protect you from yourself. And then they all look like they're about to attack him. And then Mox's music hits. He comes out with his little barbed wire bat. Saves Remsburg, and Kingston's like, well, you're not facing me. You're not facing them. You're facing Butcher, of all people. Really thought it was going to be Penta, and I got excited. Butcher is not a national treasure. Get out of here.
Butcher.
But like surprisingly, Butcher took it to Mox. I was pleasantly surprised, and I'm ignoring Kyle in the corner of my eye. Focuses on Mox's knee. Does a lot of submission work.
Butcher is a national treasure. Stop it.
No, I will not stop it. You put me in charge. I'm going to say what I want to say. Facts. See, RN's on my side. Does a lot of, like I said, submissions on Mox. To me, the match seemed kind of off, but I don't know. Maybe because I haven't seen Butcher do a lot of solo work. But I don't know. I can't look at him when I do this. To end the match, Mox hits the paradigm shift and then puts him in the bulldog choke like he did to Kingston last week. Except this time, Butcher taps. So Kingston can't say shit now. That's how Dynamite ended.
Then.
Boom. So based off of what I said, will you watch Dynamite?
Yeah, I always go back and watch. Like I said, I know I talk shit about AEW, but I do like AEW. I don't like a lot of the shit that they do and the stance that they take because it's horse shit. But besides that, like I genuinely like a lot of people on AEW, and I don't think I've ever watched the show and didn't enjoy it, to be honest.
All right. I mean, yeah. Okay, you're right. I was trying to think.
I know everybody wants me to like shit on it because I do shit on it, but I mean, it's still at the same time, and I shit on WWE too. So
yeah, I was trying to think of something witty to say, but I literally couldn't think of a damn thing. So
catch them off guard.
Yeah, how dare you? But that was the show. Again, check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/SmackDown Check out the audio, basically everywhere. I would try and pull like an Alexa shit, but like that's Kyle's thing, and I'm not trying to take his shtick. Catch RN and Vince doing takeover predictions. Yes, this week.
I think so.
Maybe. And then possibly you guys doing takeover on Sunday.
Yeah, sure.
Good enough. I think it's delayed, but yeah, it's delayed for Kyle. That's the show. So we'll see you guys next week. Maybe Kevin will be here. I don't know. Hope not.
Sack up, Kevin. Peace out, y'all.